Okay, for the first example, we're going to see how to read the contents of a text file. So I've opened up my read text file start file here, and this is the starting point for this particular exercise. And over in the snippets file, I've scrolled down to the read text file portion. So let's copy over the code, and we're going to see how to read a text file. So I'm going to copy over these lines first and explain them. And down here in my on file changed handler, I'm going to paste that. So if you've seen the other examples, the first two lines probably look pretty familiar to you. In this case, we're only handling a single file. So I start off by getting the file that is selected by the user, and I have the total number of bytes here that are contained within the file, and it starts off at 0. Let's go back here. Let's copy this line over. So next, I check to see if the file that we're about to read is a text file. And I'm doing that by checking the file's type property to see if it matches the MIME type of text/plain. And if it's not equal to that, then I'm going to put in the file contents object the message that no text file was chosen. And if we scroll down, you'll see that that's this guy right here. So what I'm going to do is read the contents of the text file and put the text inside this text area. So once I've done the check, I then create my new file reader object. You can see right here I'm calling new file reader, and I assign the result of that to this reader variable right here. Then I'm going to assign the onload event handler of the reader to this function right here. So onload will be called when the file reader is done reading the file. And at that point, the result property of the event's target right here will contain the data content of the file. I'm going to put it into that string, and then I'm going to get a reference to the file contents object and set its inner HTML to the result text. So once I've read the text in, I'll put it into that text area. And then all I've got to do is call the read as text function. I'll copy that and I'll paste it right here. So this will kick off the reading process. The reader will start up, read the contents, and then call the onload event handler. So I'm going to save, and I'm going to switch over to the browser. Now remember, I have to copy this into my local web server, and so you can go ahead and do that or put it on your remote server, whatever you want to do. But I'm going to switch over to the browser now and try this out. Okay, so here I am in the browser, and I've got my example up, and I'm going to refresh just to make sure I have the most up-to-date version of the file. So I'm going to choose the file. So let's begin by choosing a file that's not a text file. I'll choose this image right here. And you can see that when I choose that, it's a JPEG file. And down here in the text area, it says no text file chosen, because I'm using the read as text function, and I only want to read the contents of a text file. So let's go and choose something else. And I have a sample text file right here. And I'll choose that. And you can see that when I choose that file, the contents get read in, and these are the text contents of the file, and are put into the text area. So it passed the test of being a MIME type of text plain. We read all the content, the onload event handler fires, we get the result, and we put the result into the text area. So in a nutshell, that's reading the contents of a text file.